Be grateful. So after all that music and everything, do we feel like we're grateful today? Did you feel grateful when you first woke up this morning? When you opened your eyes, did you immediately say, thank you, another day, another blessing, a new beginning, a new opportunity? Did you say that when you first opened your eyes before you ever took a step on the floor? What if we did that every day? As soon as our eyes open, oh, thank you, I'm alive, another beautiful day, another opportunity. I might have lessons today, I might have gifts today, but they're all opportunities, they're all blessings. Do you think your day would be different if you started it that way? Of course it would. Why would it be different? Because you are the creator of it. You are the one that's going to create your day by how you feel about it, the thoughts you're thinking about it, the words that are coming out of your mouth. You're going to create that. So if we started our day from the very beginning in a mindset of gratitude from our heart, you will create a day of blessings. Yes. So be grateful not only for the hard times. They opened your eyes to bring you things that you weren't paying attention to. When we have problems that come into our reality, when we start feeling what the evidence out here is showing us and it's starting to become part of our reality, this is the time that you have an opportunity to say, why is this coming into my reality? What do I need to pay attention to that I could create something different? Because you have the power to do that. You are the power because you and the Creator are one. So you have that power to do that. So when things look hard to you, when things don't feel good to you any longer, we're out of alignment with the good that we are. So this is where we become the observer. This is where we become the master. This is where we ask, why? And then what is it that I need to pay attention to that has brought this into my reality? For me to do something with it, to heal from a place of woundedness. Or maybe you're having the hard time because it's something that you're doing to assist somebody else without you not even being aware of it. Right? All opportunities and all blessings. Yesterday is history. So if we are thinking about yesterday, going back to our history, do you think there's a lot of things in there that we might not be so grateful for? Maybe those hard lessons that we had to learn. Maybe the time the 2x4, spiritual 2x4 slapped us upside the head. Or what if we look back at our history and we became grateful for it? Grateful for the process that it helped us to evolve into today. To see us as learning and to be grateful for those lessons that happened. So when we look at our history, it's okay to look back there. But instead of looking at what was wrong with it, what was right with it? What led you to this opportunity, this moment right here, right now, to be a better version of what was in the history of you? Right? Tomorrow is a mystery. Tomorrow is open wide for you to create what you want. What is it that you want to see show up in your reality? It's a mystery. It's a drawing board for you to start painting on the empty canvas of what you want to see. So think about what it is that you want to be out in front of you. Because how you create that is right here, right now, in this present moment. Today is the gift. That's why it's called present. It is a present. It is a gift unto you. It is your gift to create. Because manifestation takes place in the present moment of now. That's why we call it present. So today is your gift. Today is your opportunity. And if you are grateful, you're going to create a future of mystery that's filled with that gratitude. Because whatever you're grateful for, you're going to create more of it in the good, right? And whatever you're not grateful for, you learn to release it. You've learned to let it go because it's not serving you anymore, right? Don't complain about the things you're not willing to change. How many of us complain? I used to complain about every single thing from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. But I practiced this 21 days of practicing no complaining. Think you can do that? You think every time you started to complain, you could have the awareness to shift it, to release it, and come back into alignment with the positive truth? Yeah, try it. I invite you to take the 21-day challenge of not complaining. And now your consciousness is going to have things come up that you're going to be ready to complain about. But we're masters, right? We're masters of our thoughts. So when we are paying attention to our thoughts and we master them and observe them, we're able to catch it right away and release it. That's our denials and affirmations. We release, we let it go, and we bring the truth in. And that's what we do with our burning bowl every Sunday, right? So see if you can go 21 days without complaining. Because everything you complain about, you create in your reality. The Dr. Joe Dispenza things that we're watching, he talks about attention is where the energy goes. So everything that you give attention to, that you focus on, you are giving energy to it. You're creating movement, right? Yeah. So do you want that movement to be negative and from the lower of yourself? Or do you want it to be positive and bring you up into the truth of your higher self? Your choice. Always your choice. So, what about making a gratitude list? I love this one here because it asks you some different questions. Things that make me smile. Things that I'm thankful for. And things that I'm going to work on. I did gratitude lists for years. Every day I got up, I would just sit and write all these gratitude down. All that stuff. So I always had a hard time from day to day trying to figure out what I wanted to be grateful for because it was like I was repeating it. Which, so what? So I was repeating it. So I put in your bulletins this little gratitude journal prompts. So if you decide you want to start a gratitude journal this year, these are some prompts that you can use. What was the best thing that happened today? Who makes me feel loved and why? Name something that makes you happy. What is your favorite outdoor activity? So these are just some prompts that you could take home if you want to start your journal. But I really like how she has these 3 things here for your day. What makes you smile? Go into your heart and feel what really brings a smile to my face. And what am I thankful for? And things I'm going to work on. So I thought that was really very detailed. And so I invite you to start some gratitude journals this Thanksgiving or the first of the year. It will make a difference in your life. It will help you to create what you truly want to manifest this year. So what can we do as far as community? Here we are in this difficult time, and families aren't getting together. Separation is all over the place. But what could we do to the community, to our families, to friends that maybe we can't be in contact with? What about composing a thank you note? Just sending them a note or a card just to thank them for being in your life. Just a little note. People love to go to the mailbox and get something out of the mailbox. That's just something that's part of our humanness, right? To go get our mail. And when you're going through and maybe all the bills and all this, oh, this beautiful card from somebody. You made somebody's day. Just that they know you're thinking of them. So thank you notes. Convey a compliment. We all love compliments. Compliments will help raise their vibration as well as your vibration. Just giving somebody a compliment. We forget sometimes. Just those words and that energy coming from us affects their energy by you just giving them a compliment. Positive social media posts. Here everybody's stuck to their phones. Instead of getting caught up in all of the negativity and the debating and the arguing, put a beautiful positive post out. Something that will bring them to their heart. Something that you will help their day. For them to look at their day differently just by reading a different post of positivity. I try to find stuff to put on Unity's in mind on a regular basis. And those are the things I find that people like the most, is when I put those little positive affirmations out there. I get more thumbs up than anything else. Pick up the phone. Don't just text. Talk to people. They want to hear your voice. We've gotten away from this intimacy, this connection. Sometimes I think it's hard to feel gratitude for other people because there's not this personal, intimate connection that we have anymore unless we create that through what we do with others. And one of them is talking on the phone so they can hear you. You can hear them. You can laugh. You can cut up. All the things you can't do when you're texting. Very important. Every week, I take time to connect with somebody where I talk, well, usually about 2-3 people every week, where I talk in length with them on the phone, just to hear their voice. And they love it. People love it. Share grateful gestures. What could you do as a gesture? Maybe one of your neighbors doesn't have the finances to bring in the food that they really would like to have. Maybe you could have one of those, I don't know what they're called, that take food to people, and I don't do none of that stuff, but you all know what I'm talking about.
DoorDash or Instacart.
Yeah. Where, if you had a little extra money one week, you wanted to help someone in the neighborhood that can't get out, maybe you could do something like that. Give them a gift card for something that they could use at their house. A gift card like Hulu. What if you got a gift card Hulu where they could sit there since they're in the house all the time and they could watch Hulu, whereas they wouldn't have been able to have done that before? Is there any other things y'all can think of? Christine?
Buying somebody's food to the drive-thru or somebody's coffee.
Yeah, exactly. There's all kinds of things. You're a creator, like I said. So think of things. Come up with some creative ideas. Maybe you could make something if you're creative and real domesticated and know how to make stuff. Terry sews all the time. She makes all kinds of things for people just to bring them joy. Whatever your passion is. I knew a girl that made homemade candles. And she made sure everyone she knew got a really pretty decorated homemade candle. So put those creative juices to work and touch the community, touch the people in your world or outside of your world. Give back to your community. This is a big one right now. A lot of places are falling apart and closing, and nonprofits. We're a nonprofit. Give extra to nonprofits who are not having as many people come to their facilities. Restaurants, maybe you have a small business owner that you're very connected to that you would like to help while they're going through this time. Give back to the community. We tithe here to Patchwork in Evansville. That's how we give back. And at Christmas, we're having a board meeting today. We're going to talk about something else that we can do at Christmas time, so that we're constantly giving back. Because as we give, so shall we receive, right? Has to be a circle with give and take, give and receive. So what about gratitude meditation? Is there meditation that you could make daily to remind you to be grateful? I found this beautiful meditation, and when I say meditation, this is just a prayer that you develop yourself that aligns with your unique person. You know, one thing, I try to emphasize here is we are all unique, individualized expressions of Source, Creator, all it is. So what works for one may not resonate with you. So find a prayer that you can say daily that resonates, that brings gratitude into your life. I am grateful for choice and the ability to choose. Every day I am faced with external and internal choices. What attitude will I choose today as my day unfolds? Choosing is empowering and gives me the understanding that I am fully responsible for the experiences of my life's journey. Beautiful meditation where she's affirming exactly what she wants to create more of by being grateful for what is now. Until we accept where we are right now, we cannot evolve and grow and go forward. Because until you accept this present moment right here, you're not ready to go forward. You have to be in a energy where you're not judging anymore. You're accepting where you are. You're loving what is in your life, no matter how it looks. And when we get to that place, there's an alignment that happens in us that knows there's an order. And we accept it as it is. And when we're able to do that, and no longer reacting outside of ourselves, then we evolve to the next realm of acceptance, to the next realm of spiritual growth, right? The next stepping stone, yes. So what comes from practicing gratitude every day? What benefits do we get from that? Shields you from negativity. And this was a research project that they did where they discovered that it makes you actually 25% happier. Makes sense, doesn't it? If you're grateful and loving what is, you're going to be happier no matter what. Makes total sense. Rewires your brain. That's what we're doing on Wednesdays now. We're paying attention to what's coming up in our brain, right? And we're going to rewire it. We're going to change those thoughts. Eliminate stress. It had a whole list of things as far as what it does physically. Eliminate stress, lowers your blood pressure, redirects neural pathways, all kinds of things it does as far as stress and your emotional state of mind. It heals the body. When we're not grateful, we're complaining, you're going to suffer. You're going to have pain. Your body's going to say, this is what you're thinking about, so guess what? I'm going to present myself now in your physical body. And that's exactly what happens to you. So it heals, improves relationships. Just think if you're grateful for whatever's going on in your relationship. Most of the time we're angry, or we're trying to blame or shame in our relationships. But what if you were just grateful to know you are both exactly where you're supposed to be and you're doing the very, very best you can do in that given moment with your given experiences? Relationships would be so different, wouldn't they? Sure. Gratitude helps you see what is there instead of what isn't. Why create negative things that aren't there? Create, amplify the good things in your life that are here. So more comes. So your future looks that much brighter. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. I just found that, I thought that was so beautiful and so perfect. Everything is good. Yes. So right now I want to just do a little bit of journaling. We're going to do a gratitude exercise. Get your journals out if you'd like to journal. Again, this is up to you. You do whatever you feel guided to do. So let's just take a couple deep breaths just to get us centered. Just to bring you into this moment. Just go to your breath. The breath will bring you in to this present moment of now. I invite you to remember a time in your life when you felt the heartache from a breakup with someone you care for deeply. This can be a family member, a friend, or a significant other. So bring into your mind a heartache from a breakup. Now, all these months or years later, are you able to look back on the situation and be thankful in some way that things ended when they did? And you can journal as I ask you these questions.
All these years later, am I grateful? What was the?
Are you able to look back on the situation and be thankful in some way that things ended when they did? And if you were thankful, why were you thankful? What were the things that brought gratitude years later when you saw that was a blessing? At the time, it was a heartache, it was suffering, it was painful. But if we had known the blessing years or months later, we focus on that blessing instead of that heartache. This is just to bring some awareness to what happens when relationships they fall apart. And it gives us an awareness to look and see that heartache was probably worth it for the blessing that you have today from that being over. This is just to bring awareness to you. Okay, I'm going to move to the next exercise. Now I invite you to remember a time in your life when an illness or an injury fell upon you or a loved one. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. All these months or years later, are you able to look back on the situation and be thankful in some way that you learned something or that you connected with someone new during your process of healing and recovery. So with that illness or that injury, what did you learn from it? What can you be thankful today that you went through it? You brought it into your reality. So it was something that you needed to experience. But now on the other side of it, what are you thankful for from it? These are just little exercises that will bring awareness. Bring awareness to see that those things that when you were in the middle of them, that they didn't feel so good. But also, like we said last week, you are 100% responsible for that showing up in your life. So because we're responsible for it, because we have created it, brought it to us, we want to be aware of it. We want to know, why did it come here? And what do I need to learn? What do I need to heal from? Past woundedness? And then when we're down the way, away from it for a while, we look back on it. What came out of it? What blessing came out of it? What gift did you receive? What shift in your life happened? These are things we want to wake up to and be present with every day. That is what spirituality is all about. All about. If the only prayer you said was thank you, that would be enough. So if you never wanted to pray another day in your life, and you just every day went around being thankful, that would be all you would have to do. Being grateful for what is exactly the way it is, and knowing that you can create a better life from it or not. Again, it is your choice. So, can't stress how important gratitude is. It is in everything. It is in every prayer. It is in every intention. It is in every spiritual positive thought. It is all about being grateful. And I invite you, when you go out this Thanksgiving, if you are going to be around family and friends or whatever you're going to do, to show up has that gratitude. Being grateful for family and friends and not expecting it to be any way but just how it's going to be. And if you start that day with gratitude, you will see the gratitude and feel the gratitude with your family and friends, no matter what you may not like about it. Because we all know what some of those family things represent for us. So, if the only prayer you said was thank you, that would be enough. So I'm going to do the meditation today. So I invite you to get grounded in your seat. And if things come up as we go through this and you want to journal, again, be thinking that we're going to be releasing and affirming. So as things come up, you want to pay attention. When we get still, we calm ourselves down and we relax, that is when our intuition can kick in and we have a clearer clarity that comes through for us that will guide us into what we need to be paying attention to and healing from. let's place our feet flat on the ground because we want to connect to Mother Earth. We want to ground ourselves. Use your visualization of cords, crystal light, roots of a tree, and just imagine your roots circling around Mother Earth's core. Also pay attention to your spinal cord, to the tailbone. Attach yourself to Mother Earth through that tailbone, through your root chakra. And then come back up to the heart. Take a deep breath into the heart. Now visualize your crown chakra opening and Creator's light, the source of all that is. Envision that light coming through the crown and coming into your heart. We connect in the heart to bring us into the union of all that is. Now let's take some deep cleansing slow breaths. The breath is what brings us into our meditation practice. It centers us. It calms us. It brings us into the now. When you breathe, breathe deep all the way down into the lower abdomen. You want the lower abdomen to expand. Breathe up all the way to the crown. Hold it at the top of the crown. And then release. Blow out. Release all that's non-serving to you. Release. This prepares you for meditation. Let's do that 3 times. When you breathe up from the abdomen, we're going to do what Dr. Joe Dispenza does. Breathe as if you're sucking air through a straw. Bring it up into the abdomen, into the chest, and all the way to the top of your head, and hold. And then release it and blow it all out. Let's do that one more time. Breathe like you're breathing through a straw from the bottom of the abdomen. Suck the air up all the way through your stomach, your chest, your throat, and up through the crown, and hold and release. Now let's just breathe slowly and rhythmically. Remember a time when things were not going so well. A time when something happened that caused you confusion, pain, or suffering. As you think back on this time, take in what happened during this experience. Now begin to move forward in your mind, observing how you navigated through this situation. Now bring your awareness on the person that you were then. Become aware of the person that you were then. Continue to move forward in your mind, observing where you are currently at in your life now. See how far you have come and become aware of the different person that you are today. As you reflect back on what happened, ask yourself, what is the gift? What is the positive lesson? Or what wisdom did I receive from having had this experience? Continue to observe and evaluate. Ask yourself, what are you grateful for now as a result of what happened back in your hardest moments? What are you grateful for now as a result of what happened back in your hardest moments? Let's take a couple more deep breaths. And when you're ready, slowly and gently open your eyes and come back into this present moment. Now, as your thoughts settle, whatever came up for you, journal. There's something that came up that you would like to release, we'll do so. And then anytime you release, you always fill that void with an affirmation. Because you create space, so you have to reaffirm. The biggest thing to remember when practicing gratitude is to meet yourself where you are in the moment and work with what is most readily available to you while you journey on toward greater happiness and healing. Always meet yourself where you are. Try not to judge yourself. Spirituality is all about doing what we just did. It's about becoming the observer of your life, observer of your experience, and how to create a life filled with goodness. So we'll have the bowl up here when you're ready to release and affirm.